has control of the police and the military, it's even more likely not to happen. So it's not like the whole military of the U.S. is going to turn against the public, but militias and gun ownership for that reason, yes, to protect against tyranny. And no, it's not going to be a full-out war. But it's absolutely insane. First of all, that logic's insane to me by my normal liberal friends, because they're like, oh, you think you're going to beat the army? Well, I hope not, but if it comes down to that, like if we get invaded, like we're currently getting invaded at the southern border, if we get invaded like Syria or Libya did, and these leaders seem like they're doing it here in my personal analysis, but if we get invaded, it's not that easy. If all of the Syrian people had guns like to the teeth, it would not be that easy to invade. United States has like half the world's guns, and we're not half of the world, so it's like, yeah, I do think it's great for against government tyranny, and I understand that you think that the government would just nuke us and win, but it's a sick perspective to have, and people want to protect themselves, and in my opinion, rightfully so. So Eric Swalwell saying that would be a short war, my friend. I know what he was saying. I get that logic. It's used by a lot of liberals, but for a congressman and a senior Democrat advisor to the CIA, when someone says, hey, if you try to take my guns, you're going to start a war, and your response is, that would be a short war, my friend, we have nukes, plenty of them, and they're legit. I don't know. What do you want me to think? Someone said, who are you working for, kid? I literally work for myself. I don't know what part of anything I just said made you think that I'm working for someone. I don't know. These are my thoughts, and these are the thoughts of millions of Americans. I don't know how that bothers you. You know, the First and Second Amendment, I think, are very important. The freedom of speech and the right to bear arms. I just think if you're armed as a society, it makes more sense than not being armed. I'd be all for gun control if it made sense, but my one friend who's more liberal-leaning made a Facebook post the other day, and he said, I know 3 places that I could get illegal guns right now. That's just the truth. I know people don't want to admit it, but the LAPD, you could ask them, how many crimes are committed with legal guns? How many are committed with illegal guns? They'll tell you most of them are illegal guns. I understand. I wish all weapons could just disappear from the face of the earth and we could live in peace and harmony. I'm not a violent person, and I'm really not a big fan of weapons, to be honest. But seeing how the government's acted here, seeing how they've acted in other countries, seeing the push that the media is doing and that people are doing as far as like, your opinion doesn't matter because of your race. Your opinion is bad. You're a bad person because of your gender and your race. Oh, let me push on more gun control. No, I'm not power hungry. I would never do that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem the time for me to respond for a Democratic congressman to respond to a conservative saying we have nukes. Very interesting, thought process. Very interesting debate. I'm willing to have a gun control debate with somebody on my Make America Debate Again platform if you would like to argue or disagree with. Someone said, hold on, I'm trying to read because I do want to be interactive. This is the guy who said, Standing Rock was martial law on water protectors. I mean, I don't disagree that at Standing Rock they had militarized police trying to push their agenda. But if that's the case, then you should at least agree with me that why would you want to give up your Second Amendment? If you're arguing with me and saying, oh, well, there was martial law at North Dakota and they did that to Standing Rock protesters, I agree they had military police and they had a goal. They wanted to do the pipeline and they were pushing forward, regardless what happens. It's just like if your house, you could say you own your house, but if they want to take your house, they'll take your house. To me, that's even more reason to believe in the Second Amendment. Whether you think martial law happened or not, that's a small segment of it. It happens on many levels. I'm talking about full-on martial law. Maybe this is where you didn't understand me. I'm talking about the conspiracy theorists that are paranoid that the entire military and the entire police force are literally going to weaponize against the entire United States of America and put people in camps. So if you understand the misunderstanding, that's where, I'm not saying they can't do it on small levels. They did it in Boston as well. With the Boston bomber, they did martial law in the whole city. So you're right, they have done it, and that's even more reason to support the Second Amendment. On that note, I want to talk about the third story. Is the White House, a judge ordered Jim Acosta to, here, let me start that over, because I'm going to chop this up on YouTube, so on Facebook we can have that, but on YouTube I'm going to get a whole The third story of the day is about Jim Acosta. I'm already tired of talking about Jim Acosta. I was the first time I talked about him. But a judge ruled that he deserves a White House press pass, and he's back in the White House via judge rule. So overall, what happened, I've talked about this multiple times. I'll do a little summary for anyone that's new. Jim Acosta was asking a question, and then Trump said, okay, next person. And Jim Acosta said, wait, I want to ask a second question. Which is kind of crazy if you really, take an outside bipartisan look at the perspective. There's like 100 journalists, and not everyone even gets to ask one question. So, no, it's not your right just because you're Jim Acosta to ask two questions. I don't know if anyone's allowed to ask two questions. So, first off, I think he was wrong off the bat, being kind of a spoiled little brat, trying to be like, ooh, how dare you? So, Trump said, next question. Jim Acosta rudely just wouldn't be quiet. It's not how you'd act if you were in a classroom and you asked a question. And then the teacher went to another kid, and he said, no, I want to ask a second question. She's like, no, Billy, no, Jimmy. There's a lot of people with questions. It's not all about you. It's on to their question. No. So that's kind of like the vibe I get from Jim Acosta. He's like the baby in the classroom who thinks it's all about him because he's so special. So Trump tried to move on multiple times. He's being disruptive. I would do the same thing if I was a teacher. I'd probably throw him out of the class and say, Jimmy, it's a timeout for you. Now you got to sit outside and think about how to be a nice guy. So he wouldn't do that, and Trump sent like this younger girl who's like a White House aide to go take the microphone and hand it to another reporter. Totally standard stuff. Except Jim Acosta didn't want to give up his microphone. So there's video footage, and what really annoys me about this is that the media wants to lie about it, even though there's video footage that you can watch. She goes to grab the microphone, and Jim Acosta kind of like knocks her hand down a little. He didn't do it hard. I'm not a liar where I'm going to be like, oh my God, Jim Acosta assaulted a woman. That never happened. That's a misargument. But he did kind of move her arm down. There's video footage of him at least like touching her arm and moving it down. Anyway, Trump decided to take his White House press pass away. Hold on, Randy, relax, my man, Randy. You're freaking out in the comment section. You got to relax a little bit. But anyway, so Jim Acosta moved her hand down. Trump took her White House press pass away, or his press pass away. Sorry, him or her. I don't know. Maybe he's bi gender. But the media decided to lie about it. The question isn't whether or not he touched her arm. It's whether or not that's okay to do. But they lied and misframed it. Vice lied about it. CNN lied about it. Everyone lied about it. They said, oh, man, he never touched her. Jimmy Kimmel, I believe, lied about it. No, he never. There's video footage of it. Look it up for yourself. They really think you're dumb. They think you're so dumb. And this goes on both sides. There's Republicans that do too. But they think you're so dumb that there's video footage of them doing it and that they could say, I didn't do it, even though there's video footage. And we really need to figure this stuff out because they're working on like AI, artificial intelligence videos to fake videos. So if you can, there's going to be a fake Jim Acosta. So then they sue the White House or Trump. I don't know. Lawyers suing lawyers. That's what America is. Lawyer. I'm a lawyer, and I have a team of lawyers, and I'm a lawyer, and this is the lawyer, and we're going to sue you. It's like United States of lawyers. That's what it seems like. But he sued, and the judge ruled that Jim Acosta won, that he was unrightfully taking his press pass. So my takeaway from the whole thing is, well, I'll go to Trump because he kind of sums it up as he does a lot. He said it's not a big deal. So I'll agree with Trump. It's not a big deal. He got his press back. Cool. The bad kid's back in town, the rebel kid. Though he's not really a rebel. He probably wore like polo t-shirts to school every day. And there's nothing wrong with polo t-shirts. I'm just saying that's probably what he did. It's not a big deal. He said so he's going to write up rules and regulations. And he said if he misbehaves, we'll throw him out of the press conference. So now Trump, like a teacher, it has to be like, okay, now we're going to have to write rules for everyone that says, if you do this, then it's against the rule. So that's what Trump has to do because Jim Acosta's kind of a baby. But now the media is trying to spin it like, Trump is attacking the free press by making rules and regulations for the press. And they're like freaking out about it like, oh my God, Trump's trying to limit the press. No, he's not. He's not trying to limit the press. He's making rules and regulations because there's babies who don't follow the rules, and now they sue, and now they get back in the courtroom, so now he's got to figure out a little rules set that everyone can follow. And it's just so strange because the truth is that the entire mainstream media is basically working together in some form. You had Fox News back up CNN and say, we're behind the lawsuit. I mean,
oh
CNN,
yeah, I'm well
ABC,
aware, kid.
NBC, MSNBC, Comedy Central, all of the television stations. all of the people, like pretty much everything besides half of Fox News.
His name's
and one American News
Anomaly.
Network, they're all saying the same things. They're not revolutionary. They're not asking questions about, you know, say the war on Yemen. They're asking deep questions about the Federal Reserve, or asking questions about, you know, certain things that matter that Trump's doing, that he's doing wrong. They don't do that. They say the same talking points that it's like calling everyone racist. You're a racist, you're a racist. So they're not really exploring racism. They're just playing on the surface and distracting and dividing everybody. That's all they do. They don't get to the core of any argument that they talk about. They basically distract, divide, and do absolutely nothing. So the irony, if it's even ironic, I'm sure there's someone, Anomaly, that's not irony. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll grab a dictionary after this. But anyway, the whole press has basically been taken over by a few corporations, and they continue to merge. That's the scary free press thing. And you have Twitter, Facebook, and Google that have like a far left cultural Marxist agenda, where if you say there's two genders, they literally like ban your tweets. But if you say, you know, you're a unicorn flower from like Mars, then they promote you, and they tell all the kids, you should act like that person, you have to be just like that, you should be gay, you should be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but it's like that's all they do is like, you have to do that. And the second you're like, well, I'm a straight man, and they're like, you're a terrible person, we're going to ban you out of existence. To me, that's not free press. That's like an insane, psychopathic, far agenda where anyone that says like anything else gets banned out of existence. That's anti-free press to me. But they spin it and say Jim Acosta's a revolutionary hero. Someone said Anomaly needs a White House press pass. I don't want to be at the swamp, man. That's the last place. I didn't even go to the walkaway march. I didn't even want to go to D.C. But anyway, they spin it and say that Jim Acosta's some like revolutionary activist, when in reality he's just like a disposable. There's tens of thousands of people who could do exactly what he does. There's already hundreds of people who do exactly what he does, and they're like flipping reality as they always do, where it's like, this is free press, this is a hero, this is an activist. In reality, that's anti-free press. That's, you know, they're probably going to teach it to kids in university, get all the kids confused. That's my thoughts on it. It's not a big deal. He got his press pass back. I think you should have some sort of conduct and not touch White House aides and be respectful, but, you know, it is what it is. It's not really a big deal to me. Overall, it's a total non-censored or non-factor story that I continuously talk about for God knows what reason. Thank you guys for joining. God bless you. God bless America. God bless your family. And God bless the world. Good luck to everyone in their daily lives and whatever. Check out my new song, Come Together. I'm going to post the link in the comment section as well. You can listen on Spotify. It's under Trapped, T-R-A-P-T. It's a band. It's on YouTube. Check it out. I'm very, very excited about it. And also, Patreon and Donor Box, thank you for everybody who supported. Sign up to my free email list, and I actually sent out an email for the first time in like 2 months. I sent it out this morning. So if you didn't find the email and you're on the email list already, check in your promotions folder, check in your spam folder, move it to your inbox, and you should be good from here on out. Thank you guys so much. Have a good week, and have a good weekend. I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. Who knows? I'll probably be posting though. Check out the video, Come Together. Thank you guys.
That Anomaly dude, he's been on Facebook for a long time, dude. Nope. Alright, so anybody in this lobby that can hear me, I'm going to the next lobby. I'll send everybody an invite to the crew, which is the Beer Gang. That's how you get a hold of us. Join the crew invite, and then go subscribe to the channel and the community and all that stuff if you're interested. Send Mr-stillwinning a friend request if you want to get linked in that way. I'm going to the next lobby. Have a nice day.
2830.
Is everybody still on the line?
Yes, we are. We're running the credits right now, and if you stand by, we'll bring you on.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Carrie Cassidy from Project Camelot, and hopefully we are now broadcasting. We've had nothing but trouble with this situation. So I guess because Cody is a whistleblower and he has been out doing interviews, I guess they have now marshaled their efforts to try to keep him silent. So that's what the problem is that we're having here, and the phones aren't working. The new Skype is just dreadful. We've had to re-download an older version of Skype in order to get these guys on the phone at the same time here. So welcome, Cody and Ole. Are you there with us now?
Cody's here, yes.
Cody's here.
Okay, so we are broadcasting live. I'm being told that people can hear us. I hope you can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay, Cody?
Your signal's 5x5.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to read just a brief introduction written by Ole about this situation. So Ole says, after 22 years of silence, my friend and former independent Black Ops contractor, Cody Snodgrass, has decided to step forward as a whistleblower. In 1994, he was offered $1 million US dollars by the CIA to bomb the Alfred P. Murrow building in Oklahoma City. When he turned it down, he went from being an asset to a liability, and the agency then tried to kill him on several occasions. He's died twice, but the hospital staff managed to bring him back to life. And we are going to be talking about Cody's experience with Black Ops and money laundered through the Clinton and Bush crime families. And that is on my website on projectcamelot.tv in case you want to reread that. And in theory, you're going to be aware of this because you're on watching us live here. This will go onto YouTube after we end the show. So I want to welcome both of you. What I'd like to do first, Ole, could you please explain how you got in touch with Cody, how he, contacted you with regard to coming forward?
Well, about a year ago, I believe it's a year ago now, I was contacted by Cody by email, and he was telling me this incredible story about the Alfred P. Murray building, how he turned it down, and how he had been in Black Ops for many, many years, and that he was, after all of these years, seriously considering taking a step forward. But he knew that the risks were very, very high, and he was just reaching out, trying to find a way to do this, to come forward without being killed first. And so I did what I could to support him morally, because I think, and I know what he's up against, so I think it's extremely brave what he's doing, and extremely important as well. And then over the month here, while Cody was setting up sort of like a safety net with information spread out in different locations around the world with a so-called Dead Man's Grip, also getting medical examinations by doctors and so on that could totally confirm that he was at good health, not suicidal, all of these type of things that could help protecting him once he took the step out. And then about a week ago, the time had come, and since then, what we've been trying to do is get Cody on as many shows as possible to get this information out there, off his shoulders and out there in the open as soon as possible to as many sources as possible for his security. Because at this moment, he's up in the mountains in Colorado. More or less, he was more or less alone to start with. Now he's got bodyguards around him that are helping him and so on. And so this is where we are today, and this is why we're on Project Camelot for you.
Okay, very good. So what I'm going to be doing here is just trying to put them on the screen so it makes some sense when you hear them. What we have is, just to clarify, we've got both guys on a phone call. These are on, they're not able to go into Skype, they're not able to go into any computer, it appears, as far as getting the sound to work. So that's why we're using these phones as part of this broadcast, so you can understand that. So what, this is fascinating. Now, Cody, can you explain why you decided to come forward at this time?
Well, I've been waiting a long time for this, and I had to wait till President Clinton was out of office, and also Hillary Clinton was out of Secretary of State, and they didn't have any more power in the government anymore. That way you don't have to fight the government power, just their black ops hit teams, basically. And I decided to step forward at this time. I feel like there's a spiritual awakening, that there's a big swell of truth seekers and people that are standing up now and moving forward. I hope that by me standing up and doing what I'm doing, it will inspire the other people in the black ops community and other keeping secrets, to step forward and get and stop the corruption. Our country is a crossroads, and the forces of light and the truth have to stand up now, or we're going to lose our country forever.
Okay. Well, can you explain how this came down, as far as you being offered $1 million to basically bomb a U.S. building, and why did they I know you've been on so many radio shows and whatever, and I don't want to repeat everything that you've already said on other shows, so I'd like to go at this a little bit differently. I'd like to find out why you think they wanted to bomb that building, and when you turned them down, who did they go to?
Okay. Why I think they bombed the building, I know why it was. And I have to go back in time just a little bit. During the Iraq-Iran war, Saddam Hussein was a CI asset back then. But Iran enjoyed a 10-to-1 infantry advantage and over the Iraqis. And so Donald Rumsfeld, the Secretary of State, went over there and gave them satellite intel and so forth. And Saddam, after that war, he invaded Kuwait, and the Saudis didn't like that. It made them real nervous. Oil prices could be disrupted if he went ahead and invaded Saudi Arabia. So they put pressure on our government, and George Bush and the guys, they all decided to go in Desert Storm, which was 1991 in January. Now the problem is, a lot of Americans don't know that during that war, the Iran-Iraq war, we were allied with Saddam, and we gave him the AIM strain of anthrax, which is a weaponized form of anthrax made at Fort Detrick, Maryland. And the small spore size and a different protein code to make it weaponized, make it more infectious. And so we needed an anthrax vaccine because they didn't have time to go in there, get Saddam out of Kuwait. They had a whole lot of problems with it. It was a 6-month course of vaccines, had to have one a month. And so what they did was do a crash vaccine, make it down to 1 month, and they used squalene, and they had Bioport produce some of that. It was an experimental vaccine, and they waived FDA testing, so they gave it to all our troops in a big hurry. Well, the autoimmune problems related to this were causing a lot of things. They later called it Gulf War syndrome. And to make a long story short, I mean, how much time do we have here?
We have as much time as you need.
Oh, okay. So our troops were getting these shots and going over there. There was 28 nations in the coalition to kick him out, Saddam out. And so our guys started getting sick over there, all right? And then another thing that happened in the Desert Storm was that was the first war that the U.S. had used depleted uranium munitions, specifically the 238 uranium. It's mildly radioactive. And the two primary ordinances they use that in.
Hi in rank 117, can I help? Yes, you can. Send me an ad. Same name AS channel. Send you what ad? On PS. Mama Littlefoot 80. If you mean help in real life, you can go here, uncensored media, webs.com, and support too. No in top 5. Join my party and lobby.
Are vegans healthy? Are vegetarians healthy? French fries and beer are vegan, so you tell me. But seriously, the easy part for most of my clients who go vegan or vegetarian is cutting out the meat. What they forgot to include is the micronutrients. Let's take a look at the 11 superfoods you should take every day if you're a vegan or a vegetarian or just anybody wanting to increase their health. I'm drinking a...
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 16th of November. It's 2018, and I'm driving through Lynn, Massachusetts right now, and traffic is off the hook, off the chains, off the charts. Unbelievable, because it's snowing a little bit, and people just don't know how to manage texting, talking on the phone, driving in, navigating these large flakes of snow that are landing on the ground, and it's just ridiculous. Totally, completely, and utterly ridiculous. But I just left the vape shop. Now, I've told you before that there's a fella there that works there or owns it. I've never actually asked, but he's from Pakistan. He's a really good dude, and it's funny because every time I walk in, he knows who I am, and he goes into it. He was explaining vaccines, how there used to be a video online about vaccines and how a child got a vaccination, and the vaccination literally overnight gave him a allergy to peanuts. Well, if you're jamming your kids full of vials of whatever that the doctor is giving you, doctors aren't doctors. Doctors aren't looking out for your best interests. Doctors go to a school that has been taken over by the Rothschild or the Rockefeller family, one or the two, or the Carnegies. These guys started giving schools endowments and giving them money to buy better equipment, do this, that, and the other thing.
In inner lobby.
And in return, the Rockefellers and the Carnegies got to put their people on the board of educators, whatever, basically making the rules. Doctors are no longer trying to heal people in any way whatsoever at all. Doctors are simply prescribers. They give you a medication based on whatever salesman from the pharmaceutical industry came in and offered the better deal, because that's all it's about. Politicians are the same thing. There's an entire city located near Washington, D.C., I believe it's in Maryland, that is almost 100% lobbyists. Lobbyists are people that are given money by corporations to go in and sway politicians to see things in the same light as the corporations. And the pharmaceutical industry is no different whatsoever at all. It's been corporatized. It's been bamboozled. You see what I'm saying? It's unbelievable to me that people from other countries can see the bullshit that Americans are falling victim to. Children don't need as many vaccines whatsoever at all, if any.
Give Emmy 5 minutes.
That they're giving them now. Your child is taking a dose of fluoride every time they drink out of a Pepsi bottle, an iced tea bottle, Snapple, any of these things, or when you're giving the child their formula because you're making it with water. Fluoride was once a laughed-at conspiracy theory. Now it's widely accepted, and people still don't understand that they're drinking rat poison. Okay? They're drinking the byproducts of mining and processing aluminum, Alcoa. Alcoa is the one that decided to dump their toxic waste in our water systems, and people don't have an issue with it.
Join my party so I don't have to do broadcast.
All these simple, easy to know pieces of information are out there, and people just shrug it off. Well, I've always been drinking fluoride. Hasn't done me any harm. I'm good. I always watch the television. It doesn't bother me. I'm good. We are under an attack like we've never seen before. But today, today, NASA put out a 3-minute video. A 3-minute video. And their video was basically them fighting back against us. Because it shows all their amazing, all the things they've done. And they kept using the same phrase. NASA has gone to the heavens. The heavens. They don't call it outer space. They don't call it deep space. They call it
10
the heavens
M.
because they know they can't get out of here. I'm sorry to tell you this. I've been to the top of the highest mountains in the United States, and then I've launched a drone even higher. Every single solitary time, the horizon meets the eye of the camera, even when I'm 3-4 miles above sea level. You see what I'm saying? NASA is a complete and utter scam. NASA was staffed by Nazi SS scientists. Isn't that a problem? Weren't those the great, I mean, come on, man. It freaks me out that people don't care about this. Soon, you're not going to be able to find this out. Soon, the next generation that replaces us, if that even comes to be, aren't going to know any of this. They're replacing history. Everything we've learned up to this point has basically been a lie. Every war that we've fought has been a lie. Every one of them. I was born on a military base. They showed me to my father. I add that point because maybe my father never even saw me. I don't know. We don't talk about it. We're Italian. My father, I was born and they still shipped my father over to Vietnam. So maybe conspiracy has always been in my blood because my dad got all screwed up from a war that was all based on a lie. All of it. The Gulf of Tonkin incident never occurred. And that same thread keeps continuing. World War I, World War II, the Lusitania. It just keeps going and going. These rich people are using every single solitary method they can to mind control people, whether it's through the air, water, food, vaccinations. Yes, they have an app for that. They can do that. They have done that. Some of us are waking up, and some of us are fighting.
Savoring the little bit of weed I got.
I
got one hit last month.
You can see men, policemen, firemen, first responders, FEMA photographers that were at 911, Ground Zero, the Twin Towers. They were there, telling you the place was laced with bombs and explosives, and people still listen to the same lying scumbag talking head politicians and media reporters that say there were no bombs. 2 planes hit these massive city-sized skyscrapers. They got hit by 2 aluminum planes. All the parts from the planes basically disappeared, and the buildings fell down perfectly and faster than free fall in some cases. Nothing to see here. Keep moving. We're at critical mass. They are going to pull the plug, and we won't be able to communicate with each other the way we have for time immemorial, or for the last 10 years. Are you ready? You should be. They're doing shows of force. The California wildfire was nothing more than them showing those with the eyes to see what they can do and what people will think of it. You see what I'm saying? Richie from Boston, and I'm out.
Kept saying Friday, Friday. And he's supposed to be giving me 180, and fucking all of a sudden out of nowhere, his fucking girl knows he's getting paid. So she fucking hits him up and comes over here with the kids and shit, begging him for money for his daughter's birthday. So he gave all the money he had to his girlfriend. Yeah.
That's stupid.
Stupid as fuck.
He should.
It's cool, just deal out of it, but I thought I was gonna get that today, so I was looking forward to that, and then he fucking says that, and I'm like, oh great, I owe fucking Andrew money, I owe fucking, what's his fucking, Thai money, and I need fucking dabs, and if Andrew ain't got dabs, then I need weed, and regardless, I either have to pay one of them or both of them and get my shit. And it's fucking pissing me off that I gotta figure that out when I thought it was already figured out. I woke up this morning, I'm like, alright, that's figured out, I ain't gotta deal with it. Fucking, that Thai dude's kind of been bugging for the last 2 days because I told him I'd give it to him the next day and I didn't. Which makes me look horrible. I'm thinking, if I can grab some of that weed from Ty, I was going to get an ounce with the money that Jay was going to give me. I could have got a whole ounce of that shit, the white shit, for $180, that's what he's charging. And I would have been able to turn it into about $400 because each quarter is worth $100. So I sell 4 quarters for $100 a piece, and then I have $400 when I only spent $1.80. So that's $210 I made off the fucking bag. I need to do that in order to do my advertising shit, the food shit, and have a business model in place. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to put a little bit of money into the advertising shit. I'm going to take it slow instead of as fast as I want to take it. I've been talking to that Zadok dude. We're about to get up. We're about to have a plan with the music and shit, what we plan on doing. But yeah, that's the shit that's been on my mind. I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do. I wish that
In behind
Andrew
you.
wasn't such a piece of shit, because then I would have already paid him off by now. From coming here 3 or 4 times, $10 a piece, he would have been paid. But instead, I only fucking paid him 10 out of the 40, so it's 30. What's up, buddy? I see you. My bad. Kind of in the middle of something. I was listening to some stuff on the stream, so that's why I just left it for a little bit, just to document it on the channel. I'm about to start a mission. If anybody wants to make some money, join the nightclub, join the beer gang. I'll send everybody a crew invite. Send me a friend request. It's Mr-stillwinning.
Hey, join my party.
Who's asking me to join their party? Is it CJ? Nah, I'm not gonna join your party, CJ, because I gotta be in an open lobby with the open chat shit, because I'm playing shit for people to hear and to wake them up. I mean, we might go into a party after we collect a few heads that want to hear it and want to talk, but until then, we'll be in an open chat. If I can get 8 people that want to listen to it and want to talk, then we'll go into the party chat. Alright, so everybody got a crew invite. Join the crew. Send Mr-stillwinning a friend request. Join the beer gang, and I'm starting the mission.
You got the Bogdan glitch.
Nah, I don't have the Bogdan glitch, and I'm not doing any glitched out heists. They're starting to ban people for that, so I'm not risking it. Never have, never will. Straight legit. If you want to know how to make money legitly, it's very easy. You just got to know what to do. Got to strategize. And if you want to know how to strategize, I do it all the time. You can go back and watch the videos where I'm talking about making money and making $3 million and this, that, and the third. Yo, go do your research, kid. They are banning people from doing the glitch. Yes, they are. As soon as you go to spend the money, go do some research. Go YouTube right now. Are they banning people that do the glitch? Well, you're going to be banned, bud. Waiting for everyone to join the MC. I'll be right back. Join it up. Wish I had Vern's number, because if I had Vern's number, I'd be able to grab a ounce off Ty, give it to Vern, make $30, pay Ty what I own, and then I wouldn't owe Ty shit. That debt would be taken care of, and I would just have to buy some weed. And that would be the cheapest way to do what I'm trying to do, but I don't have Vern's number. I can't just show up there with a fucking ounce. I'm not going to buy this ounce unless I know he absolutely wants it. So I'm going to wait until I buy some and then bring it over and see if he wants it to make that assumption.
advice. You can listen, be a changed man. Like the day before a major fight, you should probably let him weigh in. Yo, you better listen, ain't no messing with him if you thinking it's a game, fam. Greatest ever, whether dead or living, with the letters missing, couldn't hang, man. God exists and it's obvious. It's like John Jones and the steroid test. I'm 99% positive. Go, 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 go.
He repaired the tear and sever. That the fallen caused all the lost now through his Holy Spirit we're together. In his presence there's pleasure. In the scriptures there's treasure. When it comes to grace, no mortal man's merit ever can compare to their measure. His name is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And God is more than just an adjective. His word describes his very nature. Open up the Bible, home and check the narrative. He brings upon us where the famine is. Makes disciples out of savages. Brings the dead to life like Lazarus. Eternity's his everlasting gift. His crucifixion was the catalyst. And at the cross is where the marriage is. My heart was cold as a cadaver is, till his Holy Spirit lit a match to it. The storms of life are sure to come, and when the waves from the flood water ravages. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is a new ark, and he's taking passengers. He's the hero that is unsung. I know his grace is a conundrum, but it was finished when the sun hung. And what is finished can't be undone. Through the sacrifice of Jesus, we were made new. Give him praise due. When you ain't claimed him, boy, he claimed you. To the unfaithful, he is faithful.
Have a white father. So the young boy on the block get the education and a mind holler. Tuition want like 50K, but that bigger soda only $1. That's crazy. And everybody want a payday. God over money, y'all looking funny. Everybody want to vacate. Everybody got the kilos. Everybody got the AK. Knowing on the block you ain't move squat, homie. Everybody skipping leg day. That's crazy. That's crazy. Etc. Etc. Rose on the third day, everybody else heroes is regular. I can't stand when I hate a fan, want proof when I got a plethora. Hate that I rap Christ crucified and I still sound secular. Man, please. Man, please. You gon' pop off, then don't tease. You get bubble guts and paper cuts on both knees. I'm just playing. But leave me alone, no. Keep talking about the fam till the day that they get me on the phone, no. Click, click. Click, click.
Make your Orlando vacation even more memorable with your Orlando Magic and the biggest stars in the NBA. Visit the Amway Center for a world-class spectacle and a wide variety of dining and entertainment options. While you're in Orlando, plan a night with the Orlando Magic and the NBA's biggest stars.
I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. As far as a hater, I never feel that. I've been touched down, they still missing they field goal. And they be lying on my name like 7 times. But I'm ahead of the tail, like an ill real. And I'm never gonna worship the way a bill flows. Dirty money's cursed, I'd rather heal souls. Ever since Christ raised me from hell, I've been blazing the trail. While you niggas burn bridges, I'ma build roads. See, I'm like the rose from under the concrete that reached for the sun and rose from under the concrete. Once the Lord blesses it, you can put the best in your efforts up the lesson to suppress it, better still grow. Hog mob is a bribe, you better chill out. Hating on our plate can get your meal thrown. Cause we keep ill posts and still toes. Cause fake friends turn to real foes. Yeah. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. Yes, I'm saved and my debt's paid. Blessed in the best way. Pray before I press play. So if it's chest, then it's checkmate. Tech with a chest plate, no rest in the West State. Hard mopping, I ain't bashful. Bandana around a stick, that's a flagpole. Still wiggle, getting green like a tadpole. But always put the king before the cash flow. I was raised in a den of thieves. Pray for my enemies, pouring out Hennessy. Hate as sour as a lemon tree. Soft and they finicky, won't smoke with a chimney. Oak Park is my gravel. Riding with a saddle to the devil, we got cattle. I bring light to the shadows. For snakes when they rattle, even wet without a paddle. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. Salute the captain, the colonel. I get it crackin' for this black and this purple. Grown Mac, youngins get clapped for they verbal. Hood full of killers, rats and the gerbils. I'm the back of a turtle, my city sack. Get it jumping like a hurdle. Trap do 'em dirty cause of urinal. Circle is the wormhole so they keep heat like a thermal. Christ the real one, I know what fake is. The devil basic, we walk in greatness. Level 4, Bible study with a makeshift. Not a barber, run the faith for your placement. When it's war, no sleep, that's time wasted. In the streets, niggas throw signs vagrant. Don't speak, barrel smokes a fine fragrance. I just pray to P, make it out the basement. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. I'ma ride like I'm supposed to. No matter what it costs, I ain't gon' change a thing. Better be careful who you close to. Cause niggas cross game over the strangest things. Yeah. Hog mob. Hey. Yeah. They should have never let us in, Sil. Hey. Yeah, yeah. Now, homie, this is my business. A whole crew that spit raw vicious. And can't no man take credit, homie, cause God did this. Y'all is my witness. We hit these venomous blocks. We be smelling like death piss and cinnamon schnapps. Hold on, ew. They say you over the top. Call it what you want, homie, I'm just over the top. They got kids my son's age up there talking them chops. So I gotta bring true freedom and some hope to the block. That scene is an epidemic, no, but ain't gonna stop. The only cure is the blood of Christ to come and get you a wop. So by that beat knock, I put them heat rocks to detox. The average mind while I grind this rock steady and bebop. Got homies that see what I got.
What's up, bud?
Yeah. You want to smoke a blunt? Sure.
Yeah, come up there and hit it, bud.
Alright,
but yo, if you got the kids up there, you shouldn't be smoking around them.
Nah, it's just my son's. Yeah, the heater blowing away from him.
Yeah. I don't know about smoking in there. Come on.
But yo, I need a controller.
Alright, I'll bring it up. Want a new phone? I can get you one through Spectrum. And it'll be free. You have a bill. So any phone, or you can get an iPhone if you want to go. And I'll pay it. I'll pay my bill. Little by little. That would probably be better than that. Knowing what I know about how bootleg their shit really is. I didn't really mean to sit here the whole time and actually not do a fucking thing. I was in the middle of doing a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to cancel this broadcast, but I'm not going to take it down because there's a lot of good stuff on it. I was playing some stuff on it, so you guys should start from the beginning, check it out. Just play it in the background as if you're listening to a radio show or something, because it'll go in and out with whatever I was listening to. Maybe some new music that you haven't heard before. And I'm going to rebroadcast basically the same title and do what I was supposed to do in about 15 minutes, God willing.